Good day, I'm John Edmondson. I'm the Vice President of XPOWER Manufacturing, located here in San Gabriel, California. XPOWER Manufacturing is a worldwide manufacturer of electric motors and the sundry parts that make up the product you see behind me, which is your dryers, as well as air movers and other types of equipment in this line. Now, the purpose of this particular presentation here is to introduce you, as our partner salespeople, the most dynamic pet dryer line in the entire industry. I have been in this field for 40 years. I have sold every dryer that exists in this industry. And 10 minutes of looking at this particular piece of equipment and all the sundry parts, I recognize that there is nothing better. There are no weaknesses. My gosh, this is the Mercedes-Benz. Now, it's up to you, as it is up to me, every time we see a potential customer, to demonstrate that to them, to make them understand. Because once they use it, they're going to be your friend for life. They're going to come back time and time again, because they're going to have belief in you, and I know you're going to have belief in us. That's the way it is. This company, XPOWER Manufacturers, has been in the business of manufacturing motors for over 25 years. We've culminated in that process into making all the parts. What you see in injection molding here, talking about cords, all that is made in that same factory. If you have a problem, or we have a problem with a particular design, we change it 48 hours. It's completely changed. You have the result. A perfect piece of equipment. That's what we strive for. That's why we have a service department that will meet that need on that customer. That's why we have people answering a phone that won't put you off. No way. We are going to go out and be the largest supplier of motors and this type of equipment in this industry. And we would like you to come along with that trip. There is no weakness here. Absolutely no weakness in what we're looking at right now. We want you, first of all, to understand the generalities of this line. When we talk about a blaster unit like you see here, these are the high speed, usually 20,000 plus RPM machines. And we will talk to them as a family. What makes them the same? What are the assets they have as the same type of unit? And then we're going to break it down and talk about every single unit. And we'll talk about them as to their advantage and where they best fit in your market. So this is what we're going to try to do. I'm not going to waste a lot of time talking about real specifics. In cases like amperage, I may talk generally, but I'm not going to go each particular unit. The reason, we have a lot of advertising data that's probably you have, and I hope you have in front of you. Our slicks are made so that you can easily refer to it. We also have comparison charts that we have made up locally to make sure you understand why one unit is better than another, or why it should be sold to a particular customer. So I'm hoping that you'll sit back, relax, but pay a lot of good attention, because I think we can make you the very best at this. The first thing that we have to do is learn who our customer is. And that customer is a groomer, probably one of the hardest working people. They are people that we need to respect, because nobody works harder. Nobody does a more manual job than a dog and cat groomer. So let's talk about, first of all, what a groomer needs. And of course, besides the dog and cat they're going to groom, what do they need to actually do this job? I think most of you know some, but let's do it quickly. They're going to need a shampoo. They're going to need some type of shampoo to do this with. Okay? They're also going to need brushes. They're going to need scissors. They're going to need combs. You're going to also have to have towels. You're going to also need to have a dryer, for gosh sakes. Isn't that wonderful? They're going to need a dryer. And those are your essential tools that they're going to need to do their job. The first thing they're going to do, and I think we all know this, is they're going to brush out that animal before they bathe them. If the dog is brushed out, he doesn't mat up when you put water on him. If he is matted and you put him under water, all you do is set a mat. I guarantee you groomers don't like that, because then they're going to have to strip that dog down. And the customer is probably not going to go for that. So they have a hard job. They have to brush that dog out, comb it out before they do anything. Brushing is important. The next thing they're going to do is basically bathe them. The shampoos, the whole nine, the whole Megillah. Well, now you got a wet dog. What do I got to do? First of all, I got to start the drying process. You're probably going to think I'm going to say these. No. First thing is a fluff towel. You got to put this fluffy towel on them, something that absorbs a lot of water very quickly, because this is how you get that off the coat. Now they're only going to do this for a few minutes. You can't keep it up for that long, and you won't get all of it off. So you've got him pal dried. Next thing we're going to do, here comes the blaster. The blaster is a high-speed unit. Generally they exceed anywhere from about 18 up to 22, 23,000 RPM. Put out a velocity of air that's unbelievable. Well, that's for the gross water that's left behind. It's exactly what it's for. Let's get this water off of him. And guess what? About 15% of your dogs that they're going to groom are going to have a short coat and a type of coat that allows you to get most of that water out, where it's almost a completely finished deal. So this is what they're going to do first. 85% of your dogs, though, cannot finish it with a blaster unit. Cannot do that. What are you going to need? I'm going to need two things. I'm going to need volume of air now, not velocity. And I'm also going to need heated air. And it's either or. And I say either or because if I'm using heated air, that means I'm trying to get this dog out quickly. And that means I'm going to be using something like this stand dryer here. Because this has got volume of air, it has heat. Or no heat. It goes both ways. But this is how I get a dog out quickly. If I only have an hour to work with that dog, guess what? Here we go. This is real time consuming to a groomer. And all the equipment we have here is designed to save you time. So if I have 10 other dogs that have to get out, but I have 2 hours to do it, or 3, that's where that unit comes in. Those cage dryer units are pure volumes of air. They are passive, if you might want to say, dryers. All right, we're not going to put heaters in dryers, for a simple reason that many state legislatures now are outlawing these for danger purposes. Our cage dryers go as far as not only giving you 3 different speeds, but we give you a timer so that you can't over, because even if you have just air going through, you don't always know the condition of the dog you're drying. You just don't know what that condition is as far as perhaps illness or a history on medical problems. So the thing is, it's always a good idea to use these. So there's a place for all 3 machines, and they are all included in this line. Break.